The petition urging the government to make medicinal cannabis more readily available has been signed by more than 17,000 people and presented to Parliament. Now, last year, Rose Renton publicly fought for access to medicinal cannabis for her sick son Alex. After he suffered an acute, prolonged epileptic seizure, he later died, of course. Our political reporter May Heron was outside Parliament today as her petition was handed over.
On a blustery, windy Wellington day, dozens of people firmly gripped their banners and signs and turned up on Parliament's forecourt to support the petition proceedings. After handing 7 boxes of signatures over, Rose Renton says she feels huge relief.
To have 17,500 individual energies released and going into Parliament where they belong, out of my bedroom, is great. It's just a great feeling for me, for everyone that supported me. I know Alex is here with me in that sense of getting the job done. I think completion can be quite a huge part of it. I just feel lighter.
Miss Renton's son, Alex, spent 3 months in Wellington Hospital before he died last year. Medicinal cannabis was only granted after a long battle with medical staff for backing and after 43 other drugs had failed. Alex was the first person in New Zealand to be granted an exemption to use the drugs after Associate Health Minister Peter Dunn approved it as a one-off treatment. The Green Party co-leader Matiria Ture says the way the system works now is broken.
It is doctors who should decide what is the best treatment for our loved ones who are sick and in pain. And for as long as this law remains as it is up to politicians to make that decision. How can that possibly be a rational, modern, 21st century law that is compassionate for the people who are sick and ill?
Rebecca Ryder, who has complex chronic pain syndrome, successfully brought cannabis into the country earlier this year. She says she's also had some awful experiences with the law.
3 police officers searching my house, carefully reading all my texts and emails, and confiscating all of my medicine. I stood there in pain at the door, begging them to leave me a single dose. Instead, they took it all and charged me with a list of offenses that could have legally sent me to prison for 9 years. I only spent 15 minutes locked in a tiny cell in the courthouse basement, but it was long enough to know that this is a totally inappropriate response on the part of our justice system.
Labour MP Damien O'Connor has a members' bill in the ballot which would make it easier for patients to access medicinal cannabis products.
National have acknowledged this is an area that should be looked at. I think we just need to prod the Minister and the Government to get on and take action.
National MP Barbara Kuriger told reporters she was there today on behalf of her party.
I'm not here with any fixed views, I'm just here to be part of the acceptance and we'll listen to what these people have got to say.
So it's not reflective of any sort of, attitude change in National Caucus or anything?
No, it's a listening exercise.
The petition will now be considered by a parliamentary select committee. From Parliament for Checkpoint, May Heron.